Yo, 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 yo. What is good, guys? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks. PS Nation, I need you to stand up. I said, PS Nation, I need you to stand up. I need y'all to stand up for me. I need y'all to stand up for me. Because we are literally 6 hours. We are literally 6 hours away from greatness. What greatness are you talking about, Persona? I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that TLOU. I'm talking about that The Last of Us Part 2. That Ellie goodness. I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm hype. I'm ready to go. Man, am I hype. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Let me shout out the chat real quick. Yo, Rollo God in the building. What is going on, bro? Raph, what's going on with you, man? Buck Rogers in the building. Jack Move Johnny in the building. Shout out to my boy Jack. G Jr. in the building. Sam Ash, Pug, Jay Bari in the building. Best list on YouTube in the building. Yo, there's really something wrong with the chat. Wow. What is going on with the chat? That's crazy. Anyway, guys, yo, what is good, man? I hope you guys and girls are doing good. I hope everybody is great. I hope you guys have been having a great week. I hope you guys have an even better weekend with that Last of Us 2 goodness. But yeah, so today, man, today's show is gonna be definitely it's not gonna be super long because I still gotta prepare because I'm doing the midnight. I'm playing at midnight, so I'm trying to make sure I eat and at least get like an hour or two of sleep before I play. But yeah, guys. So today's podcast is definitely gonna be something special. Something special, right? Because it's one thing that I tell y'all, man. I tell y'all this, and the reason why I constantly say this and I constantly repeat myself is because I don't want y'all out here looking foolish. You feel me? I don't want nobody from the PlayStation Nation. I don't want y'all out here looking foolish, right? What are you talking about, Persona? So I'm gonna break it down. Yo, look, it's not even July 4th, and they're outside already popping firecrackers. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. So I always tell you guys, wait for the information. And the reason why I say this is because I want y'all to go into these debates and go into these conversations that y'all be having on social media. I want y'all to go into these conversations, one, with the upper hand, right? And two, I want you guys to go into these conversations well-informed, because you'll be able to tell off rip if someone is misinformed. Just like you can always tell when someone hasn't played a game, because when they start talking about the game, you just sitting there like, what are you talking about? What are you even talking about, right? So this is why I always push, because one thing I hate is misinformation. I don't like misinformation. And I'm talking all facets of misinformation. I'm talking misinformation when it comes to gaming, misinformation when it comes to real world issues, current events, things like that. I despise misinformation so much just because misinformation can have dire consequences. Misinformation can be very damaging, not only to the consumer or to the person that's consuming the information, but it could also be damaging to the person that is providing that information. It can really ruin credibility. it can really damage and have you out here looking rough. You feel me? So this is why I always tell you guys, careful with the, always wait for the facts. Make sure that you got your ducks in a row, just so that you're not out here looking foolish. And I'm always gonna say that. You feel me? I'm always gonna let you guys know that. And like I always tell you guys about my channel, I always show you guys the information that I'm talking about. That's why I like to share my screen so we could get the information together. You feel me? So anyway, Jay Barry in the building. What's good, man? I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, the early birds that are here. Appreciate y'all coming through. Also, man, I also want to say to you guys as well, I really thank y'all for coming through to the interview that I had earlier this week with Chandler Wood from PlayStation Lifestyle Magazine. I really appreciate you guys coming through and supporting that. With this channel and what I'm trying to do. I want to be, I'm not trying to be like no voice of the people, nothing like that. But, I want to be a channel that, because too many channels on YouTube, in my opinion, there's a lot of channels that aren't really focused on gaming per se. Like, I love doing the streams for you guys. Like, when we did the God of War stream, we did the Last of Us Grounded stream. I love doing those things. But I think people in the community aren't asking the right questions. So what do you mean by that, Persona? When I say people aren't asking the right questions, I mean, I love to do interviews, right? I love to speak my opinion. I love to hear other people's perspectives because it makes for good conversation, especially when somebody else's perspective doesn't align with yours. If they're able to articulate their opinions and thoughts in a very articulate and professional, and I don't want to say professional, but a very well thought out way, it makes for a good conversation, right? Because, it's good for people to have a difference of opinions. Because, even though you may not agree with someone's opinion, like, if I don't agree with someone's opinion, that's fine. But I definitely want to hear why they think the way they do. I'm very curious about that. I'm very curious about the psychological aspect of where people formulate their ideologies about gaming, right? That's something that I'm very curious about, right? Because, from growing up as a kid to where we are now in gaming, the ideologies of gaming has definitely changed in a very drastic way, right? Albeit some of it has to do with gaming being more mainstream and people bringing more of their real world ideologies into gaming, which I don't really agree with 100%. But that's a podcast for another day. But with this channel and what I want to do, man, like, I really want it to be focused around gaming, and I also want it to be focused around the industry. And with the industry, I mean, I want to have people of the industry on, like I have with Chandler, that can kind of speak to us about the back end of things, and kind of talk about gaming. Because, oftentimes we talk about gaming from our perspective. I want to hear it from journalists' perspectives. I want to hear it from developers' perspectives. I'm interested in that stuff. And I'm curious about those things. So, like the interviews and stuff like that, there's definitely going to be a lot more of those for sure. Game streams, my When Persona Speaks podcast, the new podcast that I have coming up, Reveal Your Persona, which I'll talk about that at a later date. But there's a lot of content and a lot of different things that I want to do on the channel and provide you guys with the best content possible. But it's going to be surrounded around, the ideologies and the psychological aspect. Like, I'm very curious about why people think the way they do, right? Yo, El Matador, what is good? Glorious War, what's good, man? J0, what is going on, man? I appreciate you guys coming through. But anyway, I did want to thank you guys so much for coming through to the interview. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I will be doing more interviews like that. And I even want to get gamers within the community on, like Xbox gamers, Nintendo gamers. I want to get, like, regular people in the community on and interview them, like, because I'm curious, right? So, those are definitely things that are in the works. You feel me? And like I said, with this channel, the content is going to continue to grow, get better. The quality and things like that are going to get better. So don't worry, guys. You are in good hands for the day ones, and also for the newcomers that may come here later. You are in good hands by subscribing to my channel if you do like my content, because this is going to be on point. But anyway. So back to misinformation, right? So I'm glad that, one thing I'm really happy about with PlayStation is, PlayStation is really good. And PlayStation does mess up sometimes with how they convey information. And because sometimes they jump the gun, like with the Miles Morales thing. PlayStation, the PlayStation rep definitely did muddy that up a little bit, right? I'm man enough. I can admit when PlayStation messed up on the messaging a little bit, right? But Insomniac was on point when it came to conveying the proper information, right? Now, I think what the PlayStation rep was trying to say was that we possibly will be getting Spider-Man PS4 on PS5, backwards compatibility, whatever the case may be. I do think we will be getting that, right? And, I don't want to put words in the rep's mouth. Like, we're going to call a L an L. Like, that was an L. What the rep did, jumping the gun like that without knowing, because he or she didn't even know all of the information. You feel me? Do you understand why I say misinformation can be very dire? Because that rep at Sony also didn't know all of the information. So by them not knowing all of the information, it caused even more confusion that brought backlash and brought a lot of unwarranted hate towards Insomniac, right? So I have to commend PlayStation and Insomniac for getting on top of conveying the information quickly. Right, they did it with Horizon. They gave us much more information. Like, they've been dropping news like crazy this week. Like, the fact that it's Last of Us and like all this PS5 news and all of this, next gen talk and stuff like that. I have to admit, man, it really is overwhelming to a degree. Just because like it's so much, like, because like for the first half of the year, PlayStation was so quiet and news was like so sparse, right? To go from that to just this explosion of news that's just like, I'm just like, whoa, hold up. Like it really is like a lot of news. And it's like, because you got The Last of Us and you got Ghost of Tsushima coming next month, and we got the PS5 news, and we see all these great games, and we're getting news about these games. And I keep watching, I don't know about you guys, but I keep watching these game trailers. Like, I keep watching these games. Yo, Pitch Black, what's good, bro? Social Joins, what is going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves today. I appreciate y'all coming through. But, I continually watch these game trailers, right? And the reason why I'm still watching these game trailers is because I honestly am very excited for these games, right? I'm seriously excited for these games. I cannot wait to get my hands on these games. So I'm still watching the trailers. I'm watching the PlayStation 5 reveal. I keep watching me and Bari's reaction to the reveal, because I was so hyped and Bari was so hyped and the energy was just off the charts, and I keep watching these gameplay trailers of Horizon, Spider-Man, Kena, the Bug Snack song. I've been listening to that. I've been listening to that Bug Snack song like crazy. Like, I really love, like, it's funny, and I was thinking about yo, Sick, what's good, bro? Am I streaming the EA Play event? Nah. Nah, I'm not. But when it comes to the like the whole bug stacks thing or whatever, it's weird, right? Because even though Bug Snacks is not a game that really I'm too interested in, it still captivated me, right? And what do I mean by that, right? And this is where I think PlayStation really does do a good job of excelling when it comes to their marketing. Because I'm not, like, realistically, I'm not buying Bug Snacks. I'm not. Like, it's not my type of game. If you like the game, that's fine. Like, this isn't me trying to bash anybody that enjoys that game or likes it. It's just not something that I can really, it's not really something that I can play. Like, I'm not really digging it, right? But the song, the Bug Snack song, I love it. Straight up, I love the song. Like, the song is on point. I love the Bug Snack song. So I'm still watching the Bug Snacks trailer, listening to the song, because that song is like super dope, right? So like, PlayStation is on point when it comes to their marketing, and they really are doing a great job. It is a little bit overwhelming just because it's so much information, it's so much news, and it's overwhelming in a good way. It's so much news. It's so much information all at once, right? And then, like I said, Last of Us 2, I'm so hyped for that. It's a little overwhelming for me. I'm going to be honest. It's very overwhelming. So, yeah. So, anyway. God bless people with them vocals, Persona. It's Bug Snacks. I need the song. Hold on. Where the song at? Where the song at? Wait. Let me see where the song at. I gotta find the song. The Bug Snack song, that shit fire. I'm sorry, guys. That song. Yo, if people are looking for it too, that Bug Snack song is on point, man. That Bug Snack song is on point. Like, real talk, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The Bug Snack song's on point. I love the Bug Snack song. Yo, Big Vel, what is good? Like, guys, you can't tell me. Yo, that shit had me hype. I don't know why, like, the song is just on point. The song is really on point. I'm definitely buying this OST. Bug Snacks. Talking about Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks. Yo, it's on point, man. Listen. I have no shame. I am not embarrassed to admit that Bug Snacks is a song that I love. I am not afraid to admit, guys. Bug Snacks is a dope-ass song. I will be buying that OST when it drops. I have no shame. Whatsoever. Yo, JKS was good. Dribble was good. I appreciate y'all, man. I got no shame in my game. I love the song. The song is on point. The song will be getting bought. I won't be buying the game, but I will buy the song. I will buy the OST. Straight up, I will. Anyway, so let's get to what we're going to talk about today, right? I'm glad y'all enjoyed my singing. I can't sing for shit. Yo, Void First, Godham, what's going on, bro? I think you're new here. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, Coro Bonito. I know that's the group that sings the song, and I'm like, and it's funny because I looked up the group, and the group is pretty on point. Like they be making like some real catchy songs. There was another song that I was listening to, and they were it was like a really good song. So I'm like, damn, this is on point. So, what are we talking about today? All right, so let's start with Spider-Man, right? So, Spider-Man Miles Morales, right? The misinformation from PlayStation, even like I said, even the rep was misinformed, right? So by them being misinformed, it caused like this whole big outlash, fake outrage, all this crazy stuff, man. It's ridiculous, right? Like, this is why like I'm so big on really like when I'm constantly telling you guys about misinformation and waiting for all the details, just because like things like this, because even PlayStation was misinformed. So it's not, there was a lot of hate coming at Insomniac, and this is unfair, this isn't right, you guys lied to us, all this crazy shit, right? And I'm like, guys, like, you don't even know the full details. Like, let's let Insomniac let us know the full details. And Insomniac is steady saying, guys, this is a standalone game, right? This is a standalone game. It's an expansion from the Spider-Man 1 world. I automatically like, yo, look, this is definitely Lost Legacy territory, right? Because, you have to look at how PlayStation moves when it comes to their DLCs. Not every DLC, but, the ones that come to mind is obviously Infamous Second Son, but Infamous First Light, Uncharted Lost Legacy, and now Spider-Man Miles Morales. PlayStation is no stranger to creating full-fledged games as an expansion from the original world. PlayStation's no stranger to that. You feel me? So when they were talking standalone game, I'm like, okay, we're definitely getting some type of Lost Legacy style game here, right? I'm cool with that. I'm like, that's great. That's perfect, right? We need, they're confirming, look, this is a standalone game. And I'm like, all right, cool. People are still not believing them. Oh, you're just remastering the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game, all this other bullshit. And I'm like, guys, do you understand who we talking about here? I think people fail to really understand like who we're dealing with here, right? And when it comes to PlayStation and how PlayStation maneuvers, man, you guys need, like, some of these guys in the community really need to understand PlayStation. When it comes to games, they do right by their gamers, right? They definitely do right by their gamers. They definitely don't half-ass when it comes to the games that they're creating, when it comes to the content that they're trying to provide, and all these different things. Yo, Das Mises, what's good, bro? They don't half-ass, right? I think people forget this. Like, this isn't Xbox, right? This isn't Nintendo. Like, PlayStation is, I keep telling you guys, PlayStation is on another level when it comes to the games they're providing, but also the extra content that they're providing as well, right? People need to understand that PlayStation, they have gamers' best interests at heart here, right? It's very obvious. Look at the games we've been getting, look at the games we continue to get, and look at the games we're going to be getting in the very near future. Let's be real here. PlayStation has been doing right by the gamer all generation. So, this fake outrage that's been getting, that people love to jump on when it comes to, especially when Insomniac is continually telling you, look, this is a standalone game. We're building this within the PlayStation 5 environment. This is what it is. These are the developers of the damn game telling you what it is, and people are still angry. People don't believe them. And I'm like, guys, do you guys follow gaming? Do you follow gaming? These are questions that I'm asking, because I'm like, go and look at the history. Go look at the history. PlayStation has done this numerous times where it's a standalone game. And listen, Lost Legacy wasn't no slouch. Like, yo, Naughty Dog, they knocked it out the park with Lost Legacy. I love Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy was a great game. And it was about, how long did it take me to platinum Lost Legacy? It probably took me like 15 hours to platinum Lost Legacy. I mean, not 15, like 20 hours or so. I got to go back and look at the save. But it, Lost Legacy was a sizable game. This wasn't no, $5, $10 DLC download that you just getting a level or two. No. This was a huge open world that you got into. There were chapters. I think it was like 13 chapters or something like that. They were like great cutscenes, great story, right? It had Chloe, Nadine, and Sam. Great villain. Like this game, this was a full-fledged Uncharted game. Straight up, this was a full-fledged Uncharted game. Straight up, this was a full-fledged Uncharted game, and this was on point. Now let's go back to Insomniac, right? One thing you have to understand, especially when Insomniac and what they be talking about, some of these guys have to start watching these developer interviews, right? Because the developer interviews really does give, it might not give a complete insight, but it gives a good enough insight of how the developers are thinking when it comes to the games that they're creating. It gives a good insight. And we'll use Spider-Man for an example. When Brian Inthar was doing an interview, I forgot where I think this might have been E3, or maybe another interview with like Game Informer or something like that. He was doing an interview, right? And he said that PlayStation came in and was like, look, what game do you guys want to create? They said Spider-Man. They were very passionate. These guys, like Brian Inthar, put a lot of emphasis on this. We're very passionate Spider-Man fans. We're very passionate about the characters. We're very passionate about that world. We want to create a Spider-Man game. Brian Inthar said this, right? A man that speaks like that isn't going to deliver you no bullshit. You feel me? A man that speaks like that about a game, about a character, It's not gonna throw you no bullshit. Yo, Baruto was good. Jamar was good. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, I'm with it. Then we get the game, and the game is phenomenal. So when they come back and like, yo, look, we about to do a standalone Miles Morales. And listen, and this is why, you know, guys, this is why some people within this community, they really do expose themselves. They really, really do expose themselves, right? Because anybody that played through the Spider-Man game would have known that something with Miles Morales was going to come. There's no way you end in the first game like that and not give us some context with Miles Morales. He literally got bit in the game. At the end credits, it shows him revealing his powers to Parker, and how Parker was going to take him under his wing and teach him how to be a good Spider-Man and responsible and all this other shit. Like, and then even when like they show his father getting killed and like him going through what he was going through, they didn't add that stuff in the game for just, oh, let's just add this in to add it in. This was in here for a reason, right? I'm not surprised. I'm hyped. I'm more hyped than surprised. You feel me? So I'm like, what are you guys talking? Like, where is this outrage coming from? And this is why I say to you guys, this fake outrage stuff, I'm telling you, it's a trend. It's propaganda. It's put they put this, these are people that's trying to disguise themselves as neutrals. These are people that's trying to disguise themselves as, oh, I'm for the gamer. I'm for the gamer. I want gaming for everybody to be accessible and fun and yeah. These are those guys, right? Those are the guys that you have to worry about. Because what do I always tell you guys? A neutral, someone that's afraid to have a preference, right? Someone that's afraid to have a preference, right? A neutral will always show their true colors eventually. No one likes everything. Everyone has a favorite something. And that's okay. That's okay, guys. Guys and girls. I tell you this all the time. But yo, let's watch this Spider-Man video, right? And let's see what is going on here. Matter of fact, let me pop out the chat. 1 second, guys. I want to be able to see what you guys talking about so that I can reply to you guys. So I popped out the chat. Nice, I got the chat right there. Alright, guys, kick your feet up. Kick your feet up. We about to have some fun.
Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales is a standalone game, and it's the next essential adventure in the Spider-Man universe. Insomniac's loved this character for a long time. We introduced him in Marvel Spider-Man.
Yo,
we
Link,
knew
what's up?
we needed to tell a standalone story of Miles Morales becoming a hero.
I feel like it was important for us to work on a Miles game because he is such an...
Yo, hold on. Yo, can we give a shout out to James Ham, man? Yo, Black Lives Matter, boy. They got him out here front and center. Yo, this is the stuff that I love to see. This is the stuff that I love to see, right? Black developers in the seats creating these games. My man's Miles' hairline is on point. Damn, I love it.
important character right now, especially with his influence in the first game.
We wanted to make sure that when you played the game, you felt like you were playing a brand new Spider-Man.
We wanted to make sure that his traversal was unique, his combat was unique, and we also wanted to make sure that Miles is his own Spider-Man.
What's up?
Miles has these incredible explosive new powers like bioelectricity and invisibility.
He isn't as confident, but he's learning from Peter. He's trained with Peter. He doesn't move the same way.
Yo, this artwork right here is so good, bruh. This shit, I might get this as a background. This is so good right here, yo. I love this. I love this.
So when he's swinging, he's a little bit more flaily.
The PS5 allows us to have a fully seamless experience from beginning to end. We take full advantage of the DualSense controller with haptic feedback, and with ray trace reflections, the city comes to life. Every single person on this team is a true believer in Miles Morales and the journey he's going on to become a hero. It goes with our studio vision.
Yo, shout out to the snorkel. I said this before. That snorkel on point, man. Listen, if you're a New Yorker, Guap, what's good, bro? If you a New Yorker, y'all know about the North Face. Yo, Barry, tell him about that North Face snorkel, got it?
It goes with our studio vision to make a positive and lasting impact in people's lives. And we believe this game has the opportunity to do that.
I feel like Miles is very important because representation does matter. And it's not just about him being...
Yo, look at the artwork, bruh. This looks so good. This looks good.
A black superhero is about him being a superhero that happens to be black. So watching the fan reactions was amazing, and seeing everyone's face process the moment where you see his hands and they're like, what game is this? And then the moment of, oh, that's
Yo, confession time. If you go back and watch my stream or Barry's stream, right? Yo, man, I thought this was Infamous for a second, right? Only up in, like, so when it first, like, right here, this section right here, this is where I thought it was Infamous, because all I saw was the electric powers. Like, I'm looking at I was not saying that's all I saw. I was only focused on the electricity. So I thought, like, this was going to be like a new Infamous game or Infamous remake or something like that. Low key, right? Shout out to Barry, because Barry like, yo, Spider-Man. I was like, this Infamous? So once it got I mean, obviously this is like a dead giveaway, right? But once it got to like right around here, because like you don't see this right away. So once it got up to like right here, because like in the actual trailer, you don't see his actual mask for quite not a long time, but like you see a little bit of a good portion of his arm, right? So I was like, oh nah, I was like, yeah, bro, you're right, this Spider-Man. Then when I see the mask, I was like, oh, okay. And it's funny too, because as soon as I seen the mask, I was like, yo, this is Miles Morales. I immediately was like, yo, this is Miles Morales for sure. Like, this is definitely not Parker. And then like, it breaks off.
Spider-Man.
I'm
Wait,
like, yeah.
Oh, it's Miles, and you see their faces light up. That inspires us, and that is such a great feeling to know that everyone seems to be behind this project and love this character.
Well, the trailer you've seen is just the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot more to share in the coming months. And from all of us Insomniac Games, please take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
I love the music they got playing in the background while they talk. Be yourself. Holiday 2020. That's on point, right? So then, like, they came out with like information. They came out with information. Hold up, that's still playing. Let's pause you. Oh no. Pause you for a second. So then they come out with the article talking about what they want to do. And which portion of it stood out to me? One thing, like I said to you guys, right? One thing you have to understand about PlayStation. I'm going to keep telling you guys this until I'm blue in the face and then some. PlayStation going to do right by their gamers. They're going to do right. They've continually proved it. Go look up the history. That's all I'm going to say. Right? They've continually proven that they're going to do right by the gamers. And Insomniac is going to do right by PlayStation 4, PlayStation gamers, and they're also going to do right by Spider-Man fans. Listen, they're saying it. Look, we are also excited for the game to demonstrate the power of the PS5 this holiday. When you talk like that, like, you got to understand how, like, the reading comprehension and how these developers speak, right? You got to understand something, like, and I'm saying it's PlayStation developers, because PlayStation developers, they continue, like, how they speak and what they deliver, it matches. Not every developer that speaks like this is matching this. Obviously everyone can't be the same, whatever. But, the way PlayStation developers speak, right? They speak with a lot of passion, and they speak with a lot of, they want to give a lot of love and care to the games that they create. They really care about these games and these projects. Right, so he's like, we're also excited for the game to be demonstrating demonstrate the power of the PS5 this holiday, which means that what we get this holiday from Miles Morales is built within the PS5 ecosystem, right? How do we know this? Miles Morales will show off near instant load times, ray tracing, 3D audio, and the DualSense controller. We've upgraded our characters with 4D scans and improved skin shading for more realistic looking characters and spline based hair that moves far more naturally. Many of the city's assets have also been updated to take advantage of the new console. As you experience Miles' story, you'll see, hear, and feel things in a whole new way, all thanks to the PlayStation 5. Guys and girls, how can you not own, like, I'm just going to outright ask the question, how can you not own a PlayStation this holiday? How can you go into the holiday not owning a PlayStation 5? Hearing, reading, and seeing stuff like this, I can't wait till the holiday. I can't wait. It's going to be a glorious time for PlayStation gamers. Yo, Razzie, what's good? Link said people are so dumb for saying Sony is pandering to the black community right now. So they not no game development takes years. That's what I'm saying. Like they like in see you yo Link, you actually touched on a good point. Yes, you know, with everything that's going on in the real world right now, there is a lot of craziness going on, especially within, you know, what's going on with, you know, black people, you know, the Black Lives Matter protest and all these different things, right? Like we know, we watch the news, we see social media, we see what's going on. But I think what people have to understand too is that Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales was all around that game. You played him. You played with him, right? Now, albeit you wasn't swinging around and all this other stuff, but you did do some mission parts with him. And he got bit in the game. They showed him using his powers and revealing his powers to Parker at the end of the game. This wasn't no pandering. This is what it is. This is what it is. So people gotta stop that. Not with this game. With this game, nah. We're good here. But you know, there's a lot of good information. Like, I'm glad that Insomniac came out and spoke about this and spoke about, you know, what was going on and what we can expect from PlayStation's PS5 with Miles Morales. I think it's also a safe bet to. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think it's also a safe bet to say that, you know, the Marvel Spider-Man will definitely be one of the games that's in that remastered boosted bundle of backwards compatible PS4 games as well. I think it's safe to say. Also, for the Peter Parker fans like myself, because I've always been more of a Parker fan than Miles personally, just because. And I've always, I've read the Spider-Man comics, since I was a kid. So I've just always been a bigger Parker fan. But, they say, oh, one last thing. Many of you fans have wondered if Peter Parker is okay. Don't worry. We still have much of Peter's story left to tell. But this game is all about Miles, a critical part of our Spider-Man universe. And you won't want to miss what happens. Too many stupid gamers, unfortunately, in the gaming community. Yo, Sam. I think one thing to also keep in mind, if they go for a trilogy here, Peter Parker might die in the second game, because this is the Ultimate Universe. Parker. Alternate is it? Yeah, this is the the alternate universe. Parker. So, yeah, he might die. So be prepared for that, for those that don't know. But yeah, man, so, a lot of good information here, like I said, in this Insomniac. I'm glad that they really did set the record straight, set gamers straight, and really put this information out there early, put this information out there for people to, consume, and, the right information, guys. Like, it's so easy to find the right information, right? There's no reason for anybody to be walking out here misinformed. Right, so definitely, read the article for yourselves if you guys want to get more information. But yeah, just know that Insomniac did update. It's on the PlayStation Blogs channel. website, and you can read the article for yourselves, and you can also watch the video on their Twitter. But moving on, I do want to talk about this Horizon Zero Dawn for a second, right? Because I definitely wanted to talk about this too, because Horizon Zero Dawn is definitely one of those games that I am extremely excited for, extremely excited to get my hands on. I loved the first game so much. It's such a great game. I really, really, really am excited for this game. So let's watch the the Guerrilla Talks, because they actually divulged some pretty good information as well that I do want to talk about. So let's watch it.
Hi, my name is Matthijs de Jonge. I'm the game director on Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is an open-world action RPG that takes place in the distant future. And you play as Aloy, a hunter of the Nora tribe, who is on an epic quest to solve mysteries and secrets that will change her life forever. The title Forbidden West actually refers to a mysterious new frontier that stretches from Utah in the USA all the way to the Pacific Ocean in the west.
Bruh, you hear what he said? The Forbidden West, I get where we'll be traveling around in, is from Utah to the Pacific Ocean, which is like Oregon and Cali and stuff like that. That's a pretty sizable patch of land. You feel me? Like, that's, especially, with this game being built from the ground up within the PlayStation 5 environment, we definitely are going to be seeing a lot of, the world is definitely going to be much more lively, much more big, much bigger, and not much more big, much bigger. And it's I think we're in for a treat with this game, which I can't wait.
West. So ever since the first game, we really wanted to make a world that is so beautiful that you just want to be there. And with the additional power of the PlayStation 5, we can make that world even more detailed and more vibrant and more immersive. With the PS5's SSD, there will be virtually no loading screens. So
Yo, one thing also that you guys gotta keep in mind as well, because a lot of people, they come in at PlayStation, oh, well, why can't I play these games on PS4? Why aren't these games being made for PS4? Yo, real talk, the developer's vision ain't for the PlayStation. Listen, I love the PS4. The PS4 got a ton of great games. Don't get it twisted. I love the PS4. But we got to move on, guys. We got to move on. It's straight like that. We got to move on. We can't be bogged down by old hardware. And let's be real, PlayStation's old hardware. The PlayStation's vision. A multiple last will take. Oh, Dribble, lucky you, man. Enjoy the game, bro. Enjoy the game. Yeah, mine is at midnight tonight, so I got a couple hours, but really enjoy the game, bro. But, the developer's vision isn't, it's for the PS5, man. Like, doing so much more, being able to create much more vibrant and greater worlds. Yo, I wouldn't want this shit on PS4 either. Yo, straight up.
on an open world game like Horizon Forbidden West, if you open up the map and fast travel from one end to the other, restarting from a checkpoint will be super fast. And when you boot up the game, you're right there in the action. As Aloy travels into the Forbidden West, she discovers stunning valleys, deserts and ruined cities full of iconic landmarks. For the sequel, we wanted to go wider and deeper, so the map is a bit bigger, but we also wanted to let players discover what lies hidden beneath the surface of lakes and rivers. The landscapes may be stunning, but danger lurks in every corner in the Forbidden West. It is home to a large variety of machines. Shell snappers that guard the shores and swamps, snapmaws that hunt the waterways, and sunwings that patrol the skies. Players will discover dozens of new machines as they explore the Forbidden West, and each of these machines has to be scanned and studied in order to fight them effectively. The Forbidden West is also home to new tribes, and some of them are peaceful and others are hostile, and one of these hostile tribes has discovered the knowledge of how to override machines and use them as beasts of war in combat. One of the bigger machines is the mammoth-like Tremor Tusk. It's loaded with weapons and heavy-plated armor, and it's already dangerous when you encounter it in the wilds, but when it's specially outfitted by the tribes, it's even more dangerous. The Forbidden West harbors an even greater challenge.
I'm interested to see like what new weapons Aloy's going to be using, right? Because we know she's going to still be using her bow and stuff like that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm interested to see if they're going to add any new weapons from her arsenal, into her arsenal, so that she can kind of be more versatile. The first game did a good job with that because you did have tons of different bow types. Like you had the explosive arrowheads, the poison bow, the heavy arrowheads, so that you could take down the shielding around like the different robots and stuff like that. Then you had listen, if you were fighting a Thunderjaw without that what you call that damn gun? Remember the gun? I forgot the name of it, but you remember the gun that you could you can shoot. You shoot the rope at the enemy, and then you tie them to the ground, like you make them get stuck to the ground. Yo, man, I used to get Thunderjaws on their side with that bad boy. Yo, that was like one of my favorite weapons to use. I was using it for the birds. I was using it for the Thunderjaw to stop his ass from like running towards me and stuff like that. Man, yo, that thing was a lifesaver. Like, I remember one time a Thunderjaw was coming at me, and I put like mad ropes on him, and like he was almost about to hit me, and that rope pulled his ass back. Like, where are you going, bro? You ain't going nowhere. So like, I do hope they add more weapons. The rope caster, yeah, thank you, Rollo. The rope caster, that thing was amazing. That was like my favorite. Real talk, that was my favorite weapon in the game. Like, that rope caster was my favorite weapon in the game. I love that weapon so much. Like, I used it for everything, bro. I was not playing. I used that damn thing for everything. But yeah, I do hope that they add more, because the slingshot grenade, pretty much grenade launcher is what it was. The little slingshot grenade launcher thing was pretty dope too. I did like that. I just hope they add more, they add more weapons to her arsenal. Like, I'm hoping they do that as well, which I'm sure they will. I'm excited to see what those weapons are.
That's a collapsing biosphere. A red blight infects the lands, is choking wildlife and starving animals and tribes. And the weather has spiraled out of control, generating massive supercell storms that flood canyons and fields. Aloy will have to go to great lengths in order to save this world. As the game is built and designed on mystery, we don't want to spoil all the surprises today. We have been working very hard in order to create a worthy sequel, one that will hopefully appeal to all the fans, but also newcomers to the franchise. And we're aiming to release the game next year in 2021.
Yo, you hear how he speak? Yo, this man speaks very passionately about his projects. Working very hard to provide a worthy sequel. Those are big boots. Those big words. Those are big words to fill. People don't get it, man. It's crazy because from PlayStation going from being so quiet to just being so forthcoming with information is crazy. Like I said, guys, it's overwhelming to a degree. But I'm excited. 2021, I'm kind of surprised, but also I'm not that surprised, just because it's been 4 years. 2021, so 17, so 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 4 years. So, they've been working on this game for quite some time. I'm pretty sure they probably started on it like as soon as this game came out, like was released. Horizon 1, I'm pretty sure they started on Horizon 2. So, 2021, we're getting a banger already. Again, first year out with the console. We getting heavy hitter games. Like, games like this are heavy hitters. You feel me? So, I'm definitely very excited about that. I'm definitely very, very excited about that. I can't wait. It's a day one. And again, I'm glad that PlayStation is being really forthcoming with information. Again, we got good information from Insomniac. We got some good information. We got some good information from Insomniac, and got some good information from Guerrilla Games. They on point, man. They're on point. Like, we really can be they really can be on point. EA Play is live. I didn't really plan on I ain't plan on doing no EA Play live reaction. I don't really care. No bullshit. I really don't care about EA that much. To do it, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. But real quick with this CyberPunk news, CyberPunk got delayed. Isn't this their second delay or third? How long? Yo, I was seeing online. How long were they? Yo, Jose, what's good, bro? I appreciate you coming through, man. How long has CyberPunk been in development? Ain't this game been in development for like 8 years or something like that? Anyway, CyberPunk, they said, look, pretty much CyberPunk is like, we've decided to move to launch of the CyberPunk 2077 from September 17th to November 19th. Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready when it's done. It is not just a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make. And despite we think it's the right decision for the game, we'd still like to apologize for making you wait longer. Our intention is to make CyberPunk 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did what we did. At the time we are writing these words, CyberPunk 2077 is finished, both content and gameplay wise. The quests, the cutscenes, the skills and items, all the adventures Night City has to offer, it's all there. But with such an abundance of content and complex systems interweaving with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, fix a lot of the bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time doing exactly that. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game. We are eager and quite stressed to hear their opinions, as well as see your reactions when they publish their previews right after we air Night City Wire on the 25th of June. We hope this will satisfy some of your hunger for the game as we work to polish it for the November launch. I'm a little surprised that this got delayed again, because they delayed it the first time, because this was supposed to originally come out in April, right? Yeah, I think Cyberpunk was supposed to come out in April, and they pushed it to September. So I'm like, yo, that's a pretty big push. That's like what, April, so May, June, July, August. That's 5 months. Now it's 7. Now it's they pushed it back further. So I'm like, damn, wow. Like, I figured, I guess 5 months wasn't enough time to iron out the details, iron out the bugs. I'm curious, I'm curious of two things. I'm curious how big this game is, and I'm curious how much bugs were there. I mean, I'm glad that they're taking the time to really polish the game, but I'm still looking at this like, I'm still 1 foot in, 1 foot out when it comes to this, this game, but I am going to support it and pick it up because I didn't like Witcher 3. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wasn't really feeling Witcher 3, and I'm just like, whatever. But I'm still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So, we'll see what's up. It's weird too, because I'm not seeing the same outrage for Cyberpunk's delay like we did for Last of Us 2. But that's just my observation. Let me keep quiet. Let me move on. Let me ask, do y'all want me to do a live reaction of this EA stuff? If y'all want to watch the EA live with me, and y'all want me to do a live reaction, I'll switch to the EA. I'll switch to the EA stuff and do that. So I'll leave it up to y'all. Do y'all want to watch the EA live stuff? Let me know, guys. Do y'all want to see this EA stuff? Just do it. All right, cool.
Smile more.
Hold up. I got y'all. True Bleed said no. Oh man, we'll tune in for a little bit. It's fine.
Got an enemy.
We'll tune in for a little bit.
We hope you've been enjoying Season 5, Fortune's Favor, which has seen the introduction of our latest legend, Loba, a major map change to Kings Canyon,
Yeah, I never really was
Rest in
feeling
Peace, Spelltown,
I wasn't
an all-new
really
ranked
feeling what's
series,
the name like that.
and a ton of quality of life updates. But it's about to get even better. Today, I'm here to tell you about what's coming next to Season 5 with our latest collection event, Lost Treasures. Take a look.
I wasn't really feeling Apex like that. Like, real talk, I wasn't feeling it like that.
You'll just be gone.
Adventurers.
Mass Effect trilogy. Yo, you know what's Philly? The first Mass Effect that I played was
They risk
which one was it? Mass Effect Andromeda. I never played like Mass Effect
and
before.
answers.
I started at Andromeda. Andromeda was ass. To me, I wasn't feeling Andromeda at all.
But if they
But
survive,
you
they
know,
might walk away with lost treasures. I'll high-five you all when I see you. Mobile respawn beacon here.
My sinuses are firing again. Check yourself or wreck yourself. Hey, thanks. I owe you one.
Guns? Who needs guns? I don't need guns. I know what I'm looking for. I won't walk away without it. 너를 찾을 거야.
Nah, I never played Mass Effect before, bro. I never played Mass Effect before.
It's me. Be careful. He's watching you.
As you just saw, the Lost Treasures collection event brings with it a ton of great content, including a new limited time mode, Armed and Dangerous Evolve.
Shout out to Respawn, but I'm just
It's
not.
the return of a fan favorite, snipers and
Apex,
shotties
I'm
only,
good,
but
man.
with a twist.
Sending out my decoy.
All armor is Evo armor, and we're removing all of the respawn beacons across the entire map. Don't worry though, you'll still be able to bring back your teammates with the help of a new item, the mobile respawn beacon. You'll have one of these in your inventory at the start of each match, giving you the power to choose when, and more importantly, where you bring your teammates back into the battle. Lost Treasures also introduces a new town takeover, Crypto's Map Room, which gives players a closer look at what motivates this drone-wielding hacker. And of course, the Lost Treasures collection delivers a bunch of exclusive content you can earn by completing challenges, as well as all new event-exclusive cosmetic items and the introduction
Yeah, I don't really
of
care
your boy
about Apex
Mirage's
that
heirloom,
much. Like,
which is
I'm
fittingly
good.
a trophy of himself.
Excited to see you all in the ring. Don't worry, there's plenty of me's to go around.
And the best part is you don't have to wait that long. Lost Treasures drops on Tuesday, June 23rd. And that's not all, Apex fans. The battle is expanding. That's right, this fall we're bringing Apex Legends to Steam. And I know you're hoping, wondering, praying, so before you ask, yeah, crossplay is coming to Apex this fall.
Oh
It's been
wow,
one of
they
the
do a
biggest requests we
crossplay?
get,
Oh, that's
and we're
dope.
thrilled to finally deliver it to our fans.
I still don't care though.
What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, one last thing. Let's make it official. We're huge fans of Nintendo here at Respawn, and we're incredibly excited to be bringing Apex Legends
Yo, that
to the
Apex
Switch
on
this
Switch
fall.
gonna be
And
muddy.
we'll share more details in the months ahead. So that means you'll be able to squad up no matter where you and your friends prefer to play, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, or on the PC via Origin and Steam. We're throwing out a lifeline and healing the divide between the platforms. On behalf of the entire Apex team, we want to thank our incredible community. Your passion for the game is truly inspiring. We look forward to seeing you all in the arena. And don't forget, check out Lost Treasures on June 23rd.
Woo! Oh man, that was amazing. I think I'm hyperbole. I think I'm hyperman. I've had a really good time here.
Sul, everyone. One thing I admire about Apex Legends is its commitment to having such a diverse range of characters. At The Sims, we've always believed representation and diversity in games is critically important, perhaps now more than ever. It's difficult to put into words just how meaningful it can be to see yourself reflected in the games you play. So, here to tell you in their own words are a few members of our Sims community.
It's a very interesting
See,
thing.
now we on The Sims.
It feels empowering, actually, and very moving.
It really taught me a lot. The importance of just like keeping relationships good with people.
It's probably like the only place where I was open.
They get to see my personality first before seeing my disability, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need a fight night.
I was the only black child in my school. I was discriminated, I was bullied. My skin tone, my height, and my teeth.
First realized that I was trans, and I was like praying to God to undo it. I have this world where I can express myself and be myself.
Where I come from, who I am, the color of my skin, you know, who I'm attracted to, let any of that get in the way. It was no barriers.
No matter where I was or what I was going through, I had my safe place. This is plausible. This is a future you can have.
It was almost like I was peeking into the future. I didn't know it at the time, but it gave me hope.
It gave me a sense of hope that I could build a life that looked like that.
The Sims is almost like a utopia of what I hope our world eventually becomes.
As I got more comfortable with my character in the game, I got more comfortable with myself.
I play to build me.
Yo, Barry, what's good, bro?
I play to express myself.
I play to make a difference.
I play to feel good about myself.
I play to have confidence.
Fun.
To have me time.
Fuel my creativity.
It's more than just a game. It's creating your life.
I used to play Sims real heavy on GameCube back in the day. Yo, MMA, what's good, bro?
As you just saw, there are so many reasons why I am proud to be part of the Sims global community. We want the Sims to be a place of unity and hope.
Yeah, I don't
a place
really buy
where you can
EA
be your
games like
authentic
that no
self
more.
and build your vision for our shared world. A place to imagine what's possible. To our Simmers, thank you for everything you've done to make your communities, virtual and real, a better place. Now, I know some of you tuned in hoping for some Sims news, and we'll have plenty to share as the summer goes on, but we do have one announcement for you. We'll be welcoming players on a whole new platform as The Sims 4 arrives on Steam today. Take a look.
Are they putting this stuff on Steam now? I tried to play Sims when they made it one of the free games for when it was one of the free games for PS Plus. Was it last month or the month before or something like that? I tried it and I couldn't really get into it. Not anymore. It's not my thing anymore. Yo, MMA.
Hey everyone, Alex here from the social team, and joining me today from our community team is Freeman.
Hey folks, yes, we're here to tell you that it's not just The Sims 4 arriving on Steam today. 5 more great EA games, including Titanfall 2, A Way Out, and Dead Space 3, are all playable right this second.
And when EA Access arrives on Steam this fall, you can get all those great titles and a ton more with your membership.
You can also expect to see our new releases on Steam too. One of the first arrived just a short while ago with full mod support via Steamworks.
The critics love it, and we know you will too. This is Command & Conquer
Yo,
Remastered.
Command & Conquer Remastered coming to Steam. It's a skip. It's a skill.
Welcome back, Commander.
And Steam isn't the only platform getting some love. We'll be bringing games to more platforms than ever.
You can expect 7 new games coming to
Remasters
Switch
though,
in the
bro.
next
We're
12 months,
PC dude. Yo,
including
we're
Burnout
PC
Paradise
dudes
coming
talking about
tomorrow
how
and
remasters
Apex Legends
were
later this
like
year.
a thing or something.
And we're
like
bringing
that.
crossplay to many of your favorite games too, starting with Need for Speed Heat and continuing with some new titles being revealed later in the show.
It's all about giving you the freedom to play what you want, where you want, and with who you want. It's about playing together.
Absolutely. Now, let's reveal some more games. Over to you, Greg.
Quick reminder to keep an eye out for those special golden letters hidden throughout the show. They could appear anywhere, and I mean anywhere, so keep your eyes open. Write the letters down as they appear, and once you've got the full code, you'll be able to enter for a chance to win one of more than a dozen great games on Steam. So stay tuned and find out where to enter the code at the end of the show. Now, if you follow my content at all, then you know there's nothing I love more than buffalo wings and discovering inventive new games. Well, I don't have any buffalo wings, but I do have something just as tasty. Over the past couple of years, EA has partnered with the amazing studios like Haze Light and Zoink to give us such creative titles as A Way Out and Faye. Here to explain how they do it are a few of the talented developers working on the next wave
Yo,
of EA
MMA, listen,
originals.
PlayStation 5 about to change the game, man. They gonna see.
Sometimes you just have this great idea of a game, but it can be really hard to do it on your own.
We wanted space for our studio's creativity to flow free, so that we could try unconventional approaches to solving new ideas. There are times where you've got to break past your own sort of mental blocks, even if that
This
meant
is why
building a whole
Sony
new
is the
kind of game
greatest.
engine.
Yo, listen.
We get to do the game we want to do.
PlayStation.
Nothing.
People
And I
don't
mean,
understand.
nothing
PlayStation is
comes
killing it
into the
out
game
here, man.
if it doesn't follow the
They're
vision.
doing a great job.
We can really push our ideas further and bigger than we first imagined.
Let's find that magic.
Oh, you know they paid Greg Miller gripping money.
And now for a deeper dive into what these developers are working on, we turn our spotlight on 3 studios. Up first is Haze Light and their mild-mannered, quiet leader, Joseph Ferris.
Let's do it.
Please welcome Joseph Ferris.
There are like passionate people, there are crazy people, and there's me. Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear? Okay. The Oscars, you know? The Oscars! You!
Yo.
No apologies there. Yeah, I know I'm cocky. I can't help it, man. I was born in Beirut, 1977. I lived there 10 years. There was civil war, and there was a lot of
What is
bad
this?
stuff happening there. We tried to move 5 times to Sweden. The 5th time they let us in. And that's lucky
Yo,
for Sweden, because I've given
even
Sweden
during
a
an
lot, you know?
online-only
My third
event,
movie, Zozo, it's basically
EA
about
still
my
manages
life
to
when I
fuck it
came to
up.
Sweden when I was young.
It's crazy.
I've done 5 feature movies and now I've done 3 games.
No one
And
wants
it's
to
way
see
hard
this.
to make a
Show
game.
the
It's
games and
almost like
keep
the
it moving.
audience have
Too much.
control of the
There's
pacing
too
and
much
the story,
talking going
while
on.
in movies it's being paced for you. In video games, there's so much to be explored from a storytelling perspective because of the interactivity. There are some studios out there that are making games that have good stories, but they pretty much have one mechanic they like reuse all the time. The designers and the story writers are
Nah,
kinda
he's
like
a cool
doing 2
dude. I ain't got
different
nothing
games.
against him. I definitely.
That's why I founded
his
this,
energy
like,
was
to
on
keep
point.
pushing the
Like at
boundaries
the
of what
Game
is
Awards, I
possible in
have his
games.
game No
That's
Way Out.
what
I haven't
game
played
number
it
3
yet
from
though.
Hazelight is all about.
But EA just they don't learn,
The
man.
new game, It
EA
Takes
they don't
Two,
learn.
is a co-op action-adventure platformer that will blow your f***ing mind away. The story starts out with a small family. Cody, May, that's the parents, and then Rose, the little daughter. So Cody and May are about to separate. Rose doesn't want them to divorce, so she creates 2 dolls out of wood and clay, and these dolls magically come alive and actually controls both Cody and May. And you could say you're almost controlling their emotions. You're almost playing their emotions. There's even levels where we're actually making a mechanic for their emotions. So again, marrying the story and the mechanics. And I think for the players, that's gonna feel very new, different, and unique. They haven't played anything like this before. It Takes Two is a crazy roller coaster ride that doesn't really.
You see what I mean?
It has an ending, but
like, yo, this is what I'm talking about.
The roller coaster crashes and you fly
like,
into the
it's
sky.
too much talking here. It's like, don't get me wrong. This guy is cool and the game looks alright, but you're talking too much, man. Like, it's too much showing the dev and not showing the game. You barely showed anything. You barely showed me anything. Like, not even a full trailer.
That was the best way to describe it.
And then,
All right,
you know,
Joseph, we love you so much. Thank you. Keep it up over there.
Even though it's E3 time,
of course,
all of this stuff is
let's
online.
keep this originals train rolling, and let's stay in Sweden. Of course, I'm a fan of both their delicious red gummy fish and their video
show
games.
the games and
so,
keep it moving. Like, you can't have shit drag on like this.
From Zoink Games.
EA hasn't learned. EA hasn't learned.
Thanks, Greg. Welcome to Gothenburg and, well, my home. Unfortunately, I didn't bring you any Swedish fish, but we do have some exciting news for you about our latest game. At Zoink, we've always been driven by love of rich visual storytelling and creating strange worlds that people can escape to. The weirder, the better, and I think my friend Olav would agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And for our next game, though, we wanted to try something a little darker, something out of a gothic fairy tale. What started with a mood and some paintings grew into this strange world.
EA
like
has not learned. They never gonna learn.
Twisted dream.
They are never gonna learn, man.
Lost in Random is the story of Even, a little girl with a big heart and an even bigger temper. After a horrible event that changes her life, she embarks on a dangerous journey through the world of Random. But fortunately, she's not alone. Just like I have Olav, Even also has a crazy little weird friend thing with her.
Along her journey, Even discovers Dicey, a playful, loyal, almost puppy-like dice companion that gives her the power to really change things in the kingdom of random. Despite the name, in Even's world, randomness is feared, and a dark force controls every aspect of life, from where you live to how you act or what your favorite color is. It's a coming-of-age story set against the backdrop of a mysterious world, but it holds a modern message that's really relevant to our world right now.
I think we can all relate to the desire to try and control the chaos around us. With Dicey's help, though, Even learns the power in doing just the opposite.
Guys.
Embrace the randomness, accept uncertainties
EA is never gonna learn, man. They never gonna learn.
Imagine if you could change the course of life with the roll of a dice. What would you do?
They never gonna learn.
Safe or
EA,
trust in yourself? Take a
Microsoft, all
chance.
these dudes, man.
We can't wait for
they
you to
never
play and
gonna.
find out.
They refuse
We're
to
still
learn,
a long
man.
ways from launch,
They
but we
refuse
hope
to
you will
learn.
join Even and Dicey on their journey next year.
Nintendo and
Until
PlayStation,
then,
they got
please
the
enjoy
formula
this first look at
down.
Lost in Random.
Welcome to Random.
Nintendo and Sony got the formula down with these events. Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, rest of these dudes, they not gonna learn, man. They still ain't learned, man. They still ain't learned. They still ain't learned, bro.
Ruled this kingdom for generations, transforming the fates of people.
Yo, Pitch, what's good, bro? Welcome back, man. Like, yo, Nintendo was the first one to do it, man. Them EA, I mean, them Nintendo Playhouses and all that shit, where they were showing the games and the guy would talk a little bit in the background, show the gameplay, show trailers, keep it moving. Sony got on board. Sony started doing that. PlayStation started doing that. PlayStation 5 event was on point. Minimal talking. They showed a lot of games. They showed a lot of gameplay. They showed a lot of trailers. You know, they kept it moving, right? And then they put the information out there after the fact. EA, all this dev talking, like, don't get it twisted, man. Like, we wanna hear what the devs have to say. I'm not trying to say like we don't want to know the information, but in like shit like this, when you only got an hour and like motherfuckers' attention spans is already short, You got to show the games and keep it moving. And the ones that want to know more, you put out
Really
in
cool.
articles and
That's
stuff
a
like
look at
that,
Lost in
so that
Random in
you know the
Mayhem.
people can read more and
Embracing
get more
randomness.
a better
I feel like I
understanding
live
of
that
the
every day
game.
of my life.
EA hasn't
You know I
learned,
was gonna
man.
do that?
They
You didn't
haven't
know that.
learned.
Dicey's
Like
my
shout
spirit
out to
animal.
Greg
The
Miller.
game's
Nothing
out
against
next
Greg
year.
Miller, but why
But
is he here?
for something
Why
that's
is there a
blasting
host?
off a whole
Why
lot
is
sooner?
why is it
Take it
keep
away,
cutting
Kevin
back to him? You know, it should be straight up. Look, this is what it is. Back to back to back to back. Minimal dev talking, showing trailers, showing gameplay, and then putting the articles and stuff like that out after the fact.
Multiplayer games.
EA won't learn, man.
That's why
EA won't
I'm
learn.
incredibly excited
They'll never learn,
to
man.
announce that we have partnered with the talented team at EA to release our first ever title.
This isn't
Rocket Arena.
like even again, like I said,
As
this
you'll see,
is
we stay loyal to
E3
the name
time.
of the game.
This is
It's a
E3 time, like in terms
rockets-only
of like
shooter
time frame
that
that
allows
we're in
players
with
to get
June or
into the
whatever.
action
But
quickly
this
and stay
isn't
in the
a
fight.
standard
We
E3.
wanted Rocket
Everybody
Arena
is
to be an awesome,
social
competitive
distance.
experience to play with
Everybody
friends.
is far away.
I think you're gonna love
right?
what we've got
No
in
one
store
is
for
in
you.
the same space. Yo,
Here's the
T-Man, what's good,
all-new
bro?
trailer
Why
of
are we
Rocket Arena.
doing? Why is the
Enjoy.
formula still like this? When everybody is quarantined, why is the formula still like this? It should be game after game after game. Show the trailers, show the gameplay, and then keep it moving. Give a date or give a release year or window or whatever, and keep it moving. It shouldn't be all this talking, man. And again, like I said, shout out to Greg Miller. Nothing against him, but why is he here? He shouldn't be here. It should be straight up. Let's show the games and get the fuck out.
And exotic destinations. Another victory. The people are courteous and friendly.
Yo, why are we going into I have to say this, man. Why are we going into next gen with games still looking like this, yo? Like, I'm being so serious here, man. Like, I'm gonna have to be real here. Like, maybe this is a current gen game, whatever. But it's like, yo, I hope we don't go into next gen with these third-party studios and developers not trying to improve the visuals and the quality of these games, bruh. Why are we going into next gen with shit still looking like this from third party? I mean, it's EA, so whatever, but I'm just like, come on, man.
Talk about razzle dazzle.
I'm telling you, yo, PlayStation is gonna be the kings of they're gonna be the king of the industry for a while, because these other studios and companies not getting it, man. They're not getting it. They're not getting it with what pulls people in. Like, I'm keeping it a stack with y'all, man. This ain't no fanboy shit. This is just off of what we seeing. Look at what we seeing from these companies, man. I'm telling you, PlayStation are gonna be the kings of the industry for a long time,
So as you
guys.
just saw,
They're gonna be the
rockets are
kings of the
obviously
industry
awesome
for a
to
long
blast all over
time.
the place.
They
But in
sales
order
and
to come
everything
out on
gonna
top,
be
there's a
top
lot to
tier for a
master.
long time, guys. Because these people,
You'll have
they're
a
not
range
listening.
of rocket-powered
They're not
abilities
listening.
to blast
They're not
opponents
listening.
out of the arena, and an arsenal of evasive
They're not
moves.
listening.
Rocket jump, rocket climb, and dodge to avoid getting knocked out yourself. Don't worry though, you're never out of the action for long. Even when you're out, you'll fly right back into the fray. You'll also be able to really customize your own unique look and playstyle. Each of the 10 heroes available at launch have their own rocket-powered abilities.
Nah, the game
And
don't
as you
look
play,
terrible,
you'll discover
but
items
I'm just
that allow you
talking
to
about like
further
the
refine
formula
each of
and
your
like
heroes' playstyles.
how
Plus, every character
PlayStation,
has
like their
100 levels of
developers like
progression
treat their
that
games and
unlock
shit
new
like that. Even the
cosmetics and
games that look
rewards.
cartoony
All that
look
and
better.
much more
You get what I mean?
when Rocket Arena
like
arrives on
PlayStation,
July
they just
14th.
on another level, man. They just on another level.
And there's plenty more content to come in our first season, which begins just 2 weeks after launch on July 28th, and brings with it a blast pass and a ton of free content, including new maps,
Yo, Jay
in-game
Harvey,
events,
what's good, bro?
and a new playable character. Rocket Arena is a game meant to be played with friends, regardless of platform. That's why we're thrilled to announce cross-play support right from the start.
Yo,
so grab your
I
friends,
think one thing these
regardless of their
developers need to
platform,
understand too,
and get
man.
ready to blast off with Rocket
Crossplay
Arena
isn't
July
gonna save a
14th
bad
on
game.
PlayStation,
Let me
Xbox,
put that up.
Origin, and Steam. And we'll be sharing more gameplay right after the show with the help of some great content creators. So check us out on YouTube at the link below. See you in the arena.
Wow, that looks great. And hopefully you've all been keeping track of the golden letters hidden throughout the show and nearly cracked the code. Here's a hint. It's not Kanye. Keep an eye out for the last couple of letters, and then at the end of the show, we'll reveal where you need to go to enter the code at a chance to win some great games on Steam. Now, from the future of rocket warfare, we head to a different kind of battle. It's the real reason I didn't get any sleep last night, and if you thought you heard sleigh bells, that's because it might as well be
Jay
Christmas
Harvey,
in
man.
June.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
It's finally time to talk Star Wars Squadrons. Now, okay.
That's what, but Rollo, you see what I mean, though, Rollo? That's what I'm saying. Let's keep yo, they so lucky, they are so lucky that Last of Us 2 come out this tomorrow. Yo, I'm gonna do a podcast on this next week. I promise I am. I'm gonna break it down. Shit like Kena, right? That's an indie studio, right? Look how beautiful and next gen that game look, man. Look how beautiful and next gen that game look, bruh.
Seize that moment.
Look how beautiful that game look, man.
When the perfect shot makes history.
Yo, man, I ain't picking up this. Yo, as big as a Star Wars fan as I am, I'm not picking this up. Straight up. This ain't getting picked up.
The galaxy's finest.
Little Devil Inside looks better than everything shown at
Wow.
EA.
The 8-year-old and
That's
all
a
of us
fact,
celebrating
Jay.
and excited.
That's
The
a fact. That
37-year-old
game
man
looks
on
great.
this couch is excited. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second year in a row, I have the honor and privilege of helping introduce a new Star Wars title.
Oh,
And
man,
here
you playing it
to
right
put
now,
the hype in
Social?
hyperdrive is none other than
Lucky
Motive's
you,
creative
Social. I'll be
director,
playing it in
Ian
about four
Frazier.
and a half
Hello, Ian.
hours.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. Happy to actually get to show this to people.
I bet. Now, in my copious notes I have on you, I'm told you are quite the Star Wars fan and have been a long time. How long have you liked Star Wars?
I've been a Star Wars fan for pretty much my whole life. I don't even remember the
As
first
great
time I saw the movies. And as a
Star
kid,
Wars
there was a
Fallen
lot of
Order
different
was
parts of Star
from
Wars I
Respawn,
loved. One of them was being
that's the
pilot,
only
that
game I'm
idea of
like.
flying
If
into an
Respawn's
X-Wing or
not
TIE
behind
fighter.
the Star Wars
So, you know,
game,
I played all the
I'm not
flight
buying
games
it.
in the 90s,
Straight up,
and I
I'm
got
not buying
pretty
it.
obsessive about them. I paused,
I'm not buying these Battlefront
of the cockpits
games that EA
actually, I
keep
dug
putting
up
out
some of those drawings
because
my
they're
parents
not
had over
good
the holidays.
games. As much as
We're
I'm a
showing them
Star
right now to
Wars
the
fan,
world. This
I'm a
strikes
big
me as
I'm a
above
big
and
Star
beyond the
Wars
normal
fan. I'm
level
a
of Star Wars fan.
hardcore Star Wars nerd.
I think at Motive you'll find that
I'm
quite
not-
a few people have that level of Star Wars fans.
I'm not
We started
investing
this
money into these
project, I
games
talked
no
to a
more.
lot of
I'm
people
not.
as they joined the
I
team,
refuse.
and a lot of them had similar
I
kinds of
refuse.
stories
I'm
of
not-
things
I'm
they've
not
done
doing
as
it.
kids. One of them even built a functional cockpit in his garage.
Wow, that's fandom on another level. How do you guys go from being a fan, drawing what you see in the game, or building a cockpit in your garage, to actually making this game?
Well, I think that fandom, just love of Star Wars, has provided a really good foundation for us. But on top of that, of course, the team at Motive got a lot of experience working with Star Wars when they worked on Battlefront 2. And when Battlefront 2 wrapped up, there was a really small group of us that were really into particularly the pilot experience within Star Wars. And we wanted to make something new, something that really went all in on that part of the fantasy. And so we did kind of a grassroots initiative, or started a little passion project, and that ramped up into eventually what
with our
is the
money.
game we're going to show you today.
I'm glad you being
You
smart
talk
with
about
yours. Yo, listen, I'm
your
not.
passion for this, your
EA's not, yo,
nostalgia
listen,
for Star
EA
Wars
is
flight games.
the
of
only
past.
games that
How do
EA
you
will get money from
honor
me
that,
for on
but make something brand new.
is
It's been interesting. You know, we're trying to kind
if
of
they
pull
came
from
out
that
with a
spiritual
brand new
heritage
fight
of
night,
many different games in
I'd
that
buy
time
that.
period. At the same time,
And
we
if
wanted
they
to do
came
something
out
that
with
feels
a
fresh and
brand
for
new,
fans today.
if
And so we
Respawn
tried to
came out
look
with
at
a new
is sort of the spiritual
Titanfall,
core
I'd
of
buy
what I
that.
think are the best of the Star Wars
Or
flight
if
games
they
of the
come out
past.
with Star Wars
And what they
Fallen
did that I
Order
loved
2,
is that they
Fallen
made that
Jedi
part
Order
of the
2, made by
universe real.
Respawn.
The
Those are the
level of
only
depth,
three
the
games that
details,
EA
they
get
show
my
in the
money
ships,
on.
the way that you control them is something that I remember fondly from my childhood, and it's something that we're trying
at
to
this,
do
guys.
very much with Squadrons.
Look
You
at
know,
all this
in real
talking,
life,
bruh.
Being a pilot is
Nobody
hard.
wanna hear
It's
this
skill.
talking.
And that's something that you'll see throughout the game. You know, as you start off playing, it's pretty straightforward, fly around, shoot your lasers. But as you get deeper into it, you start learning how to divert energy from your lasers to your engines, how to shift your shields from the front to the back to cover your butt in a dogfight. Or at the higher levels of skill, you can do really crazy stuff. Like you can boost your engines, fly ahead, cut them off, whip around 180, and shoot a missile off your own tail while drifting backwards. Like real ace pilot stuff. And that's really where we have a lot of fun.
Yo, I love Fight Night so much, man. Fight Night was such a great series, man. Yo, Nick Koo, what's good, man? How you feeling today?
It's actually some of both. So the game starts with a brand new single-player story, takes place a little bit after Return of the Jedi, and it has kind of a unique dual perspective approach to it. So when the game starts, you're going to create two pilots. You create a New Republic pilot and an Imperial pilot. And
Yo, you know what's so funny, T-Man? This is how people expose themselves, right?
You're gonna meet a
this is how people expose themselves,
and also a few familiar
right?
faces.
Guys, this is how people gonna expose themselves. Watch on Twitter, bruh. People gonna say, "Oh, the EA show trash. The EA show was trash," right? Peep this, guys. People are gonna say, "Oh, the EA show is trash. The EA show isn't good," right? But then they want to turn around and get on PlayStation for not providing more information on Miles Morales game and like it being standalone and all this other shit. Could you imagine if PlayStation did a conference like this?
Fun fact: the entire
could you imagine if PlayStation did a conference like this where all these developers was talking and all this other shit? Yo, they would have crucified PlayStation, bro. Oh, well, you know, you guys should have told us during the show that it was standalone and all this. They don't want to see that. Like, listen, do I want to read about the game and know more? Of course. But in this specific setting, I just want you to show me the gameplay, show me the trailers, whatever, and keep it moving. Let the flow of the show, get everything out there, and then you can kind of provide context after the fact, right? Normally when people do presentations, right, like a video presentation or something like that, they show you the presentation and then they take the questions after the fact. This has to be like that.
The second Death Star is gone, but the Imperial fleet is still a threat. Vanguard Squadron, let's make history.
This is it, Titan Squadron. Everything we've done has led to this. Finish those Vanguard scum.
Insomniac Games just provided info on Spider-Man's Miles Morales. Exactly, MMA. They provided a full breakdown. They wrote up a nice article. They did a short video, right? After they showed the trailer and put it out there that this is what's coming. After the fact, right? Almost a week after. That's great.
In VR. This is the definitive Star Wars pilot experience.
Come on.
You'll begin your career in a single-player story.
Welcome to Titan Squadron,
where you'll play as two combat pilots, flying for both the Empire and the New Republic. You'll experience this world through
I think this is a VR game.
The instrumentation in front of you provides critical feedback about power management, targeting, and shields. With a squadron of diverse characters at your side, prove your skills on increasingly challenging missions.
Hello, Vanguard. Welcome to the Nadiri dockyard.
One of my spies has linked the attacks with the New Republic Starhawk project.
The story of the two pilots you play
Stick together.
will shape the balance of power in the galaxy.
Get ready.
Let him have it.
To take the fight online, you'll need flight time with all 8 ships. Fighters are the most flexible and versatile, able to handle any situation. Interceptors are fast and highly maneuverable.
Let's get him.
Ideal for hunting down your opponent's starfighters.
That was kind of fun.
Support ships can keep allies safe and stocked up, as well as disrupting enemy fighters.
Light them up. Nice.
Bombers are the heavy hitters, able to deal devastating damage to enemy flagships and starfighters.
But if you've got a preferred component and need something customized, I'll take care of it.
Unlock everything you need to customize your pilot and starfighters simply by playing the game. From cosmetics
Yo, Rallo,
to an
you see what they find most important.
Your ships fly, fight, and survive.
They're on
I mean, it'd be cool to try this in VR. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I definitely do want to try this game, but I'm not giving EA none of my money, man. I'm telling you guys, EA's not getting none of my money. They're not getting my money, not anymore.
Dogfights. This is an all-out 5v5 battle.
That was the best.
Fine-tune your loadouts to work as a team.
Moving in on the enemy.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines to slow down your opponents or set up your squad mates for the kill.
Rebels unmarked.
For teams looking for an even greater challenge, it's time to prove yourself in Star Wars Squadron's signature mode, Fleet Battles. Fleet Battles are multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to
Yo,
compete
Sam,
against
listen.
other players or AI as a squadron of 5.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
Meet your team in the social hub to solidify strategy, coordinate loadouts, and prepare for takeoff. First, push the front line by winning the dogfight in the center of the map. Next, attack or defend 2 medium-sized capital ships.
We've lost our capital ships.
And finally, the ultimate goal. Target and destroy the subsystems of your opponent's massive flagship and take it down.
Shields are disabled.
At each phase, your squadron either pushes the line forward or falls back to defend.
Keep our flagships safe.
It's your squadron's choice of how to play.
I'm hit.
Speedy, unrelenting assaults.
Stay together, strike quickly.
I mean, this looks, like I said, this looks okay. And the Star Wars nerd in me is like, yo, this is something that I'd play. But it's EA, yo. Like, yo, EA don't get my money, man. They don't get my money.
Let's make this count.
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Join the galaxy's finest and make your mark.
You are the hope of this galaxy.
Here goes football.
It's your boy Lamar Jackson. I'm excited to be a part of the EA Sports family and to be you guys' new man cover athlete. I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store for you this season. This is EA Sports, next level.
You feel it all.
Here go football. Let me get a pillow or something.
In that moment, I'm untouchable.
When I play, I'm not afraid of anything.
Not afraid to hit or get hit.
This game is my one true love.
Makes me feel like somebody. I never thought I could rise to another way.
It's just me and the keeper.
Your heart is like... Doom. Score that goal, and you're a hero.
And history carves your name.
You know what it sounds like?
Let me go get a pillow and some blankets.
60,000 people.
Singing your song?
I can't live without that feeling.
It's in your bones. I feel football in my heart.
I feel it in my hands.
Right, taste it. See the unknown.
Face my fears.
You live to fight again.
I want the real thing.
Let me go get a pillow and some blankets.
I want that sweat dripping, shin splitting, hair raising.
I want to live in the floodlights.
I want to feel it all.
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Now, a lot to look forward to, but there's more. Here to tell us about the future of gaming is EA's Chief Studio Officer, Laura Miele.
Thanks, Greg, and thanks, Lamar. Welcome to the EA Sports family. There are great things to come from EA Sports for all of you, and that's just the beginning. As you've seen throughout the show today, our electronic artists are working hard to bring you more of the games that you want to play. Games like Star Wars Squadrons, Apex Legends, and Command & Conquer. These games all exist because of you. Your voices are heard, and we are acting on your feedback. Now, we've talked a lot about all the exciting games you'll be playing this year, but our studios are working even further out, creating new experiences, new stories, new gameplay, all enabled by new console technology. And we're so excited about what's to come, we don't want to wait until next June to share what the teams are working on. Generation shifts are an opportunity to push beyond the boundaries of gaming as we know it today, and this time is no different. Our studios are taking their crazy ambitious ideas and making them real. Criterion is known for how their games feel. From superior physics to nuanced details of gameplay, this team hand curates the moment-to-moment experience. And with the new consoles this year, there will be a seamless immersion which will get you into the race in a matter of seconds. BioWare imagines and creates worlds where you become the hero of your own story. And we're using this next generation of technology to make those fantasy worlds your reality. For every console generation, DICE sets the bar for excellence.
Oh yeah, Dragon Age. Dragon Age is another game I'll pick up from EA.
We are creating epic battles at a scale and fidelity unlike anything you've experienced before. At Motive, we are working on a highly ambitious and innovative new game that puts the power and creativity in your hands. And it's an experience that would have been impossible without next-gen technology. This is just the beginning of the things we are working on, and there is so much more to come. The future of EA Studios is not just about new technology. It's about you, your voices, your ideas. We want to be where you come to play. We want to make games for everyone. So please keep giving us your feedback, and let's build the future together. On behalf of all of our studios, thank you for joining us today. But before we sign off, there's just one more game we would love to share. Cousin Darren, over to you.
Thank you. So the moment is here. We finally get to say,
We're back. We're doing it. Skate's happening. We're rolling.
Oh, Skate, a new Skate?
Got together.
Okay.
It's the beginning.
All right, so Skate, I'll buy Skate too.
We've been waiting years, honestly, to make the right game at the right time with the right idea, and really, really pleased to say that we're here. It is really early, but it takes a little while to find Cuz or wake him up.
Dude, harsh. Still, we've got a long way to go, but we're stoked, and this is just the beginning.
And seriously, we really can't wait to bring you guys in and have you be a part of it with us.
We want to thank you for your passion, your patience, and all the support that you've shown, us to get to this point.
Oh, the comments.
It's amazing. We cannot believe you commented this into existence. Amazing. Skate changed my life. Thank you so much. Skate forever.
Guys, we did it. We brought back Skate. Thank you to EA. Thank you to Cuz.
No gameplay, no trailer, no nothing.
Thank you to me. I can't believe that I'm so happy and my heart rate. Is this what exercise feels like? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. Before we go, because I love you guys, here are the last letters of the secret code. If you think you've got the complete code, go to player.gg/EA and enter for a chance to win one of thousands of free games sponsored by player.gg. You can find the official rules and everything else over
Not even
at
a CGI trailer.
player.gg/EA. Now,
Yo.
this has been an amazing experience, an amazing opportunity for all of us
Yo,
all
they
over the
dropped
world
the
to
ball
come
here,
together
man.
and celebrate gaming. Thank you for being part
They
of
dropped
EA
the ball.
Play. Until next time, I'll see you online, and it's been my pleasure to serve you.
We see it all with wonder. We dream in every color, and we come alive.
Let me see the sick.
This is where our dreams begin. We are catching if we just wait.
Yo, listen. Listen, yo. They not listening. They not listening. Straight up. They not listening. They not listening, man. You announced the game that people are super excited for, Skate. You don't even got a trailer ready, which means this was some like last minute shit. We not seeing Skate for like 3 years. Straight up. Straight up. We not seeing Skate for like 3 years. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. We not seeing Skate for a while. That was an L. That was an L. I'm being straight up with you guys. That whole conference was an L. EA hasn't learned anything. EA hasn't learned anything. Straight up. EA has not learned a goddamn thing. That was probably no bullshit. That was probably their worst conference I've ever seen. Like compared to like other E3s with EA, this was probably like their worst conference that I've ever seen. I'm being dead serious. No exaggeration. This was probably the worst conference I've ever seen from EA. I'm telling you guys, there's a reason why PlayStation and Nintendo are in the positions that they're in. Because these guys, they got the industry and the game sewed up, man. They got the industry sewed up. They got this formula. They got this game formula sewed up, man. Nintendo and EA and PlayStation. They got this industry sewed up. Straight up, man. It's ridiculous. My God. How you announce Skate with no gameplay and only next gen tech demos? Cause they not ready, man. They not really focused on next gen like PlayStation is. A lot of these third party studios like EA, Ubisoft, and all that, they're not really focused on next gen because all the users are on current gen. This proves it. These conferences prove it. Just look at, we're literally like 5 months away from next gen. EA has shown us nothing. Nothing. EA has not shown us a goddamn thing. I left this conference. Yo, Barry, what's good, bro? Garbage. That's a fact. Yo, I left this conference. And this shit was just... Yo. Y'all not hearing me. Yo, this conference was trash. I'm telling y'all. It ain't no fanboy shit. PlayStation is ahead of the game, man. PlayStation is ahead of the game. And a lot of these companies and a lot of these gamers out here, they not seeing it. They not going to see it until it's too late, and it's already too late. They not seeing it. They want to get caught up on the problem with a lot of folks in this community. They want to get caught up on, the semantics, the bull, the stuff that don't matter. Crossplay and backwards compatibility and Game Pass and all this other bullshit. Yo, I'm telling you guys, that's not the shit that these people need to be focused on, man. That's not the stuff. Oh my! Damn, y'all could tell I was eating something. I was eating I was eating chicken. Sorry, I was really hungry. Like I'm I hadn't planned on streaming this long, so I was hungry as hell. But you know, Game Pass and streamers and trying to reach trying to put your games on phones and trying to create platforms where people can play anywhere with like on their phone and all this bullshit, bro. Like that's I'm telling you guys, that's the wrong stuff to be focused on. At least not have that stuff at the forefront, right? PlayStation is in such a unique position right now where they really do, the ball is in their court and they got the ball and they up 10 points. They got the ball is in their court, and they up 10 points. Need to take a nap after watching that show. I feel completely drained. Yo, T-Man, listen, bro. Listen, man, people not understanding. PlayStation is moving I can't even talk. PlayStation's moving so strategic right now. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. No one's seeing it. Everyone's caught up in their bias. Everyone's caught up in their bias. Listen, if I'm telling you guys straight up like this, if this Microsoft event in July, if this doesn't like wow, like if it has no type of wow factor, it's over. It's over. It's over for next gen in its entirety. I'm telling you right now. And we already know based off the history. We already know based off the history with Microsoft. And we already know what EA too. We know what EA does. We know what EA do, you know? So, you know, part of me isn't surprised, but a lot of me is surprised at how they did this conference. Sorry, I had to cough. A lot of me is surprised at how they did this conference. All this talking, show me games. This lets me know you ain't got nothing really new and over the top to show. So you padding it with talking and all this other stuff. Show me the games. Show me the trailers. PlayStation and Nintendo have the game event formula on lock. Straight up. They got the game event formula on lock. In terms of Microsoft moving into next gen, or moving into their conference, or their event or whatever in July, I'm telling you guys right now, if that wow factor isn't there, it's over. It's over. Because Microsoft is saying too many things that keeps you from wanting to buy the Xbox Series X. We don't care if you buy it. You playing games for 2 years. All games are going to be created for all consoles for up to 2 years. We're looking to put things on phones and all this other stuff. That stuff isn't enticing for me to want to pick up a Series X. Their Inside Xbox back in May or was that April or May or whatever. He had Nintendo Direct. I don't know when I think Nintendo Direct is next week. Their event in May was very, very lackluster. It was lacking severely. This July event has to have some type of wow factor. This July event has to have some type of wow factor for Microsoft. And when I say wow factor, I'm saying games. The wow factor is the games, nothing else. The games. If the games are not there, if they don't show their hand the way the way PlayStation showed their hand at this PS5 event, it's over. It's over. Straight up. It's over. Yo, the almighty Spartan God, what's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through, man. It's over. Let's keep it a stack here. It's already over, right? It's already over, right? But for them to have some type of lifeline going into next gen, they gotta show out. Yo, JKS, the chats, the YouTube chats are glitched. I don't know why or how long it's gonna take for that to get fixed. And then crazy thing is, PlayStation is saying we still got plenty more exclusive games. Never mind the third party stuff, right? Because the third party marketing deals and all that, that's all perfect, right? We expect that, right? But the third party exclusive deals, the exclusive games, they still got plenty stuff to show. And they said it themselves. We still got plenty games for you guys. Plenty games to show. They still got to do a teardown of the console. July is going to be, in my opinion, July is going to be make or break for Microsoft. In my opinion. July is going to be make or break for Microsoft. Because they started out strong at the beginning of the year, but they slowly dissipating off. Because the PR right now is not so right. In my opinion. You moving funny. Inside Xbox was a huge letdown. This July event they have to land this. If they don't land this, it's over. It's over. It's completely over, straight up. And PlayStation already has the mind share. PlayStation already has the mind share with, you know, how many people are viewing PlayStation's content, the likes versus dislikes, the amount of views and all that stuff. PlayStation has the mind share. PlayStation's moving very strategic. They showed the console. Everyone's waiting for the pre-orders. Everyone can't wait to play these games. They got a solid, based off what we've seen so far, PlayStation has a rock solid launch lineup. They have a rock solid launch lineup, and they have a rock solid I can't even talk. They have a rock solid first year lineup. That first year, it's going yo, y'all not hearing me. That first year, as much as people, listen, one thing y'all gotta understand too, as much as people like to be all, consumer, exclusives are anti-consumer and all this other bullshit. Listen, man, all of that is crap. All of that is crap, okay? All of that is just fake outrage, people wanting to follow behind what other people are saying, hive mind bullshit, right? Exclusive have been and always will be what sets a console apart, and even the people that complain about this stuff still buy into the exclusives anyway. That's why it's so hypocritical for these people to say, oh, well, exclusives is anti-consumer. No, they're not. No, I haven't seen that article yet, Sam. No, they're not. It's what sets the console apart. You don't want PlayStation to do away with that exclusive model. It's why we love PlayStation. It's what makes PlayStation great. Yeah, the console's cool, but it's always been the games. It's always been the games. Or that's always been what's been most important. It's the games. So moving into next gen, when you see how strategic PlayStation is moving, right? You see how strategic PlayStation is moving. Who's going to stop them? Not Microsoft. But if they want to have any chance of being, even with a grabbing distance of being in second place, because right now, PlayStation's first place, straight up. PlayStation's first place. Second place is between Nintendo and Microsoft. And realistically, Nintendo is way ahead. So for Microsoft to even be within grabbing distance of second place, that July event has to be on point. You have to have a solid launch lineup. And that first year games need to be on point. Because if they're not, it's over. That first year, all it takes is that first year, guys. All it takes is that first year. If that first year isn't solid, and if PlayStation is moving the way they're moving, and the way Jim Ryan is saying that they want people to transfer to PS5 much quicker, and he seems to be standing by his word, because we got Horizon Zero Dawn released in 2021. We got a brand new standalone Miles Morales Spider-Man game releasing at launch. Godfall, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Astro Boy, Sackboy, and all these other great games. Demon Souls and all these other great games. And I'm just naming exclusives. All these great games that's releasing. Kena. Little Devil Inside. Like all these great games. That's Project Athia. all these great games that's releasing within the first year, except for Project Athia, a couple might not be, but within that first year, if Xbox isn't stepping to the plate and have a solid lineup of their own, it's over. It's over. But somebody that's delusional and doesn't want to accept that will tell you that Game Pass and backwards compatibility is enough to win a generation or enough to propel Microsoft forward, or Microsoft is moving within the right direction. No, not at all. You know why? Because as much as people like to say backwards compatibility is such a great thing, and it's good for the gamer, and blah 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 fucking blah, all this other stuff that people like to say, the amount of time that people use, the percentage of people that use backwards compatibility is a very, very small percentage, and that was proven this gen, right? That's 1. 2. As much as people, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, as much as people like to walk around social media and say, "Oh, my backlog, I got so many games in my backlog. I got like 200 games I need to fit." They always posting this stuff on Twitter. They complain about the backlog and all this other stuff, but they won't play the games. Why are you complaining about a backlog but still won't play the games? Pitch Black said they either have a good lineup but no exclusives until 2022. That's not enough. Pitch, that's not enough. Why own an Xbox Series X? No exclusives. That's not enough. Rollo said, if this July event is trash, I don't want to hear none from no Xbox doing. I don't want to hear a peep. Yo, that's a fact, Rollo. I don't want to hear nothing, man. I'm not trying to hear nothing. That rumor new Fable game made is probably wasn't Fable. It was made. It may have a different name. I mean, Fable is cool. Halo is cool. But that wow factor has to be there. And when I say wow factor, you know how like when we was watching the PS5 event, they were showing the power of the console, right? They were showing the power of that SSD. They were showing why these games are so great. You saw it, right? You saw, like, it looked like next gen. Watching that PS5 event, it looked like next gen. If Microsoft doesn't deliver that same type of feeling, that same type of experience with its games, it's over. It's over. I'm calling it right there on the spot. It's over. And we already see what EA's thinking, because look at their conference. Look at this conference. This conference was terrible. Terrible. Anyway, I want to do a disclaimer. Listen, guys, Last of Us 2 comes out in 4 hours. I'm doing a Last of Us 2 first impressions on Sunday. It's gonna be me and Bari Sunday morning, probably like 11 a.m. or something like that. Me and Bari are gonna be doing Last of Us first impressions on my channel. That's gonna be fun. But between tomorrow and Sunday, I'm straight up Last of Us. Like, you won't, like, I'm gonna be posting pictures, like, screen, nothing spoiler related, but I'm gonna be posting like environmental screenshots and all that stuff on Twitter, and stuff like that. And I'll give like a quick synopsis of my first impressions tomorrow morning after I've played the game for a while. But yeah, I'm straight up just Last of Us for the next 3 days. It's straight up just Last of Us. So the next time you guys will see me in terms of content will be Sunday around 11 a.m. Me and Bari doing first impressions. And, if some of you guys want to come through as well, I'll let the chat be open and you guys could come through and we could talk about this isn't a spoiler. This isn't a spoiler cast. I gotta put that disclaimer out there. This isn't a spoiler cast. This is just first impressions, giving our thoughts of the first impressions of, like, you know, what we think of the game, the graphics, the story so far, whatever. So I'll definitely open up the chat and let you guys come through as well if you guys want to come through and talk about it too. What else? Then next week, Friday, I have the voice actor of Roach from Final Fantasy VII. He's going to be on the show next Friday at 6 o'clock. So that's going to be a really, really fun interview, and I can't wait to, like, pick his brain about, like, his voice acting with Roach and, like, what he thought about the character in the game and kind of talk to him about that stuff. So I'm really excited for that as well. I think you guys will, you know, I think you guys and girls will definitely love that interview. And like I said, I appreciate you guys for coming through to the last interview as well. And I'm going to start doing more of these interviews, you know, get people from the community, you know, developers, indie devs, you know, journalists and things like that, and get different people on the show and just interview them. And we talk different, you know, talk gaming and talk about, you know, the different things going on in the gaming community. But yeah, guys, I'm going to prepare for Last of Us 2. I'm about to eat because I'm hungry as hell. And yeah, I do appreciate all you guys coming through, man. BK, Bed-Stuy, Jamar, Sinister, Pitch Black, Social Joins, Rollo God, AI in the building. What is good, AI? AI says, to be honest, I don't think Microsoft has the leadership and in some cases the talent to be great. Ooh! Ooh! AI, don't hurt him like that. Ooh, wee. Ooh, that hurt me a little bit. Ugh. I agree. I definitely agree. Yo, Logical in the building. What is good, man? I agree with you, AI. They definitely don't have the leadership or talent, in my opinion. Yo, Sam Ash, appreciate you, bro. Pitch Black, Absolute MMA. Who else came through? AI, I appreciate you coming through. JKS Geico, appreciate you coming through. Nikub, appreciate you coming through. Razzie, appreciate you coming through. Big Avelli, appreciate you coming through, bro. Who else came through? Jay Barry, appreciate you coming through. Guapzilla, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming through. T Mang in the building, I appreciate you. Jay Harvey, I appreciate you coming through as well, sir. Who else? Buck Rogers, I appreciate you. True Bleed 420, I appreciate you guys. Yes, I appreciate all y'all coming through, man. Think Hellblade 2 may impress. I think Hellblade 2 will impress. I do. I think it will. I do. I definitely think so. But I don't think that's enough. Logical says, honestly, if Xbox don't blow me away, I might have to go all PS4 next gen. Listen, you should have been gone all PlayStation. Let's keep it real, Logical. Should have been all PlayStation. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, like I said, and I will see you guys on Sunday, 11 a.m. I'm gonna be doing the not spoiler cast, the first impressions of Last of Us. Me, Bari, open chat. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys be safe, man. Enjoy Last of Us, guys. Enjoy it. Definitely enjoy it. Have fun. And we're gonna talk about it on Sunday. We're gonna talk about it. So yeah, I appreciate